Right now, I'm going to take you step by step through the installation of your trim kit. Now, I would suggest that you first watch this video through to the end before you begin your installation. Then you can restart the tape, pausing it as you work on each step. We have also furnished written instructions for you to refer to if you don't have access to a video monitor in your installation area. Now, the first step of the process is to make sure you have the correct part numbers for your particular application. Kits may be different for automatic and manual transmission, four-wheel drive, and so on. So you need to check that before beginning. A schematic was supplied with your kit, which will help you identify all the individual parts. And it's a good idea to keep this schematic with your warranty card for future reference, should you ever need to replace a damaged part. The items included for the installation are 3M Prepsol 70 wax and grease remover, 3M adhesion promoter, isopropyl alcohol towelettes, lint-free towels. We have also provided one latex glove for protection during the cleaning and promoter application steps. In addition, you will need a heat gun or hair dryer, a standard screwdriver, and a lint-free scratch-resistant cloth. Before starting any work, use a plastic or cloth cover to protect the seating surfaces of the vehicle from damage. Use care in removing the trim parts from the packing material. The unique process Sister uses to provide you with a precision fit of the completed installation means that thinner parts can be fragile until mounted. The actual installation begins by test fitting each trim piece to its proper location. This allows you to check the fit of each piece, as well as to familiarize yourself with its mounting location. At this time, you will want to note the easiest way to properly align each part. Check for the most obvious straight lines, such as switch, vent, or radio cutouts, to assist in positioning. Because the wood trim is flat, you will want to make a mental note of areas which will require special attention, such as the need for bending to match sharp curves. Remember, you're installing real wood, and you'll want to make sure it's flexible enough before test fitting to an area that will curve or bend the wood to match the surface shape. Therefore, we recommend that if the temperature is below 80 degrees Fahrenheit, you should use a heat gun, hair dryer, or the vehicle's heating system to raise the temperature to between 80 and 100 degrees on the trim components. Use a low heat setting on a heat gun or hair dryer and continuously move it in a back and forth motion to prevent overheating and damaging the surfaces. The heat gun or hair dryer should be 6 to 8 inches from the surface of the wood. However, if using a home-type hair dryer, you will need to heat the wood trim longer to reach the desired flexibility. It is very important to properly clean all the factory surfaces to which the trim parts will be applied. Do not use shop rags for cleaning these factory surfaces or panels. Use only clean disposable towels and the special wipes provided. Do not reuse towels on the cleaning steps as they become contaminated. Apply the 3M Prepsol 70 to a fresh towel to clean the factory surfaces. Then wipe the surfaces dry with a clean towel. Do not spray or pour the cleaner directly onto the factory surfaces. If the vehicle has had Armor All or any other protectant used on it, you will have to repeat the cleaning process 4 to 5 times. Again, do not reuse towels on the cleaning steps. An easy test to check your cleaning process is to stick a piece of masking tape to a clean surface. If the tape doesn't readily stick, repeat the cleaning steps. When the interior surfaces are properly cleaned with 3M Prepsol 70, use the alcohol towelettes to thoroughly wipe down the surfaces, then allow them to air dry. Now, you will again dry fit each trim piece, paying close attention to the operation of switches, vents, ashtrays, cup holders, and so on. When each individual part is properly positioned, trace around the outside edge with a pencil. This will mark the area to be treated with the adhesion promoter. Carefully apply the adhesion promoter to the areas within the traced lines. If any promoter drips or is accidentally applied to an area not to be covered by new trim parts, you must immediately wipe it off before it dries. Use a clean disposable towel wet with isopropyl alcohol and carefully wipe the area. Do not apply excessive pressure, as it could remove color from the factory panel. When the promoter has dried for 3 to 4 minutes, you are ready to begin the application of the trim parts. Carefully remove the protective backing tape from the trim pieces. Then heat both sides of the wood trim and the factory surface to which it will be applied. On larger pieces, you will want to peel back a section of the backing, position the piece, then remove the rest of the backing as you lay it in place. Be careful not to touch the adhesive backing of the panels. When you are heating the trim components and the factory surfaces, again to between 80 and 100 degrees, remember to use a low heat setting and keep the heat gun or hair dryer moving at all times. It is very important to align each part before application, because once installed, removal of a particular part may damage it or the surface it was adhered to. Carefully hold the trim piece at a slight angle to the surface it is to be mounted on. Starting with one edge, properly align the piece in its position as you gradually lay it down. Look carefully at areas where trim seams will butt together. Check for proper operation of switches, vents, and other moving parts. Press the trim firmly into place using your fingertips, paying particular attention to the perimeter of each piece. Then press the whole part firmly with a clean, lint-free towel to ensure proper adhesion. With all the new trim parts in place, you'll now want to recheck the operation of all moving parts of the interior. Check the up and down and side-to-side movement of all vents. Check for proper operation of the window and door lock switches. Check the operation of dash-mounted switches and controls, such as radio, ventilation, hazard lights, and so on. Check for proper movement of the ashtray and storage compartments. Check the proper operation of any cup holders. Again, firmly press all the trim pieces down to make sure they are fully seated and properly adhered. Then remove fingerprints and smudges from the panels with a dry, lint-free, scratch-resistant cloth. The installation is now complete. Place the warranty card in the glove box or hand it directly to the owner.